Yo, hi everyone. So this is the best Solar 3.0 Titan PVE build that I've come up with so far. Now, this is before I have the entire artifact done, so I definitely plan to try to work some of the artifact mods in there at the end. But for now, since I don't have all of the experience, this is what I've got. This build lets you run around basically like an invincible tank, and your melees do about as much damage as an explosive light rocket launcher, if not more. So first things first, Hammer of Soul, honestly, pretty much better than Burning Maul. I'm not really a huge fan of Burning Maul. Throwing Hammer, and then Healing Grenade, Aspects, Roaring Flames, and Soul Invictus. Fragments, I'm using Ember of Torches, Ember of Solace, Ember of Ashes, and then Ember of Searing. The most important ones in here are Ember of Solace and then Ember of Searing. The other two are just for fun. You're honestly not going to be using your gun that much, but for when you do, you should have Ember of Torches on. If you are in a party, I would trade Ember of Ashes for Ember of Benevolence. And yeah, so basically all of your hammer melee kills are going to spawn a sunspot, and you're not really using them for the ability regen or the healing that much. More so you're using it just so that it is this dot damage that is on the floor killing everything. And then Roaring Flames makes it to where you get more damage every time you get an ability kill, and it stacks times 3. Now this is a build with Worm God. This is what I'm using in this video, but you could do this with Synthoceps as well. The difference is Synthoceps is a lot easier to maintain the damage, but you only get 200% damage increase. And for Worm God, you could get that all the way upwards of 600% increased melee damage. So Worm God is a lot better, but Synthoceps is more consistent for the damage. Worm God, you have to make sure you're saving ads around bosses to get the one-hit kill damage that I'm getting. So with this build in this video, I am not even using any champion mods. I am just doing so much damage that I don't need them. The Unstoppable is dying without getting stunned, and then the barrier dies before it even has a chance to go into barrier. And currently now when you have 100 resilience, you actually have 40% damage reduction, so make sure you stack your resilience. On the helmet, I've got hands on, so I get my super on melee kills. You're going to be getting a ridiculous amount of melee kills. Melee Wellmaker is one of the important mods here, so make sure you have that. I have Harmonic Siphon, not that important. For the Worm Gods, you need to make sure they're solar. You need Impact Induction. This makes it to where when you do a damage with a melee, it gives you your grenade. This is going to let you just have healing grenades constantly. You honestly don't need a damage grenade for this. And then I'm going to be stacking Well of Life. This makes it to where your elemental wells grant increased regeneration for a short period of time. This heals you ridiculously fast, and then stacked with Cure and Heal from your melee and from your grenade, it's just you're healing ridiculously fast. On the chest piece, I have it stasis, so I put elemental time dilation so that you could stack the Well of Life. And then on the other two pieces, I have Well of Life again, and then I put Absolution on the boots, so Orbs of Light give me my energy back. And then on the butt flap, I've got Bomber and Well of Life again. This in total will give me about 20 seconds of regen after I pick up a well. Since you don't need your abilities to regenerate that fast, since you have infinite hammers and the hammer is generating your grenade, you don't really need a ton of wells, so you don't need bountiful wells or anything. But if you want, you could definitely replace one of the Well of Lives with something else, like Font of Might. For my weapons, I have a shotgun with 1-2 punch. I'm using this because sometimes I don't have damage for Worm God, and then it's no big deal. If I 1-2 punch, I'm also going to do a ridiculous amount of damage with my throwing hammers. And then for your secondary, I suggest either running Skyburner's Oath, Prometheus Lens, or maybe even Jotun. Those 3 guns have been changed to work with the new Scorch effects, so they all cause Scorch. When you're getting kills with Skyburner's Oath or Prometheus Lens, it triggers Ember of Searing, which defeating Scorch targets grants melee energy, so in case you ever mess up your hammer, you could always get it back really fast by using either of those guns. You mostly don't have to shoot though. This build also works pretty good with Sunshot. Whenever you get to the end of the artifact, putting on some of these mods will be really, really useful. I'll probably be running Raise of Precision and then Solar Fulmination, to where precision shots cause ignition, and then this makes it to where you have increased damage with ignition and increased radius, and then I would also put the Fragment to increase ignition radius as well. But just don't have those things yet. So yeah, this is the build. Let me know what you think. I feel like this is ridiculously strong. I feel almost as OP as my Devour build. This one, I don't have to worry as much like I did with the Devour with getting the kills extremely fast, because I have like 15-20 seconds of healing, and then I have the healing grenade as well. So I'm not always like really trying to find that next guy to make sure my Devour keeps going back up. This one is just a constant influx of healing. I have some good ideas on how to work with this in PvP once I get my artifact higher, and then once all of the fragments are unlocked. But yeah, for now, this is my Titan PVE build. It is really strong. I'm going to keep showing you this gameplay. As you can see, I could literally just like throw myself around all of these ads. I'm in a Nightfall. I'm only at 1560 because I'm not leveled that high yet. I assume this will work even when you're under leveled. I'm not sure about how it will feel in Grandmasters. I will try it for you guys though. But yeah, I'm able to just run around in between everything and just throw my nade, throw my hammer, and just constantly heal. And you're just kind of like an immortal tank that one-hits everything. Like even these barrier champions and stuff are dying in 1 to 2 hits. If I'm really lucky, they will die in 1, but most of the time it's like, yeah, around 2 hits. Thank you for watching. Hope you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate you coming to my Twitch sometime at twitch.tv/Gamesager. If you got this far though, I'm going to talk about some mods. If you don't have certain mods, because I know some people do not have all of the mods that I have, so if you do not have Well of Life, I would suggest instead running Well of Ordnance or Bountiful Wells. But Well of Life really is what makes you such a tank. Without Well of Life, you're still pretty tanky using the melee and the grenade, but Well of Life really makes you a tank, so I hope you have it. Explosive Well Maker, Bountiful Wells both work really well together with this build. Another fun build if you don't have Worm Gods, if you use Severance Enclosure, you're not going to do nearly as much boss damage, but this is just a really fun build to run. You play the exact same way, but you just, when you throw your hammer at ads, they all die around it, and it's like you have this big AoE hammer you're just throwing at everything. It's really fun to play, but yeah, you're not going to have nearly as much damage against champions and bosses. If you do not have any of those Well of Life mods, I suggest running Elemental Charge where you get charged with light. And then I suggest running something like High Energy Fire. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.